Hi everyone, I'm Amber from Amber's Craft Week Blog, and welcome back to the Hey Day Challenge, where we go through different pages from this book, Hey Day, which is a collection of things to do, make, and ponder. Now, for today's entry, we're going to be talking about urban legends. And as you'll notice, this one has a post-it note on it, so this was one of the ones when I was a kid that I was really interested in. And actually, there was a period when I was in middle school and high school when I was really into urban legends. I've always liked scary stories, and I feel like urban legends are kind of in the same vein. Like if you think of the Alvin Schwartz scary stories to tell in the dark, some of those would probably count as urban legends. You know, like the girl with the spider that bursts out of her face. And so I'm going to read you the description. And then we're going to go ahead and make some urban legends using an urban legend generator. So, urban legends are modern fairy tales. They are also known as college stories, as in, I swear, this happened to my brother's roommate in college. It's always the person's roommate. We contacted our friend and confidant Lisa B. to tell you all about urban legends. Why? Because she's an urban legend freak. Take it away, Lisa. Urban legends appear mysteriously and spread spontaneously in varying forms. They contain elements of humor or horror, so they make for good storytelling. They do not have to be false, although most are. Urban legends often have a basis in fact, but it's their life after the fact that gives them particular interest. Here's one of my faves. Supposedly, at one or another college, a girl was studying late but went back to her dorm room to get a book she left behind. So she wouldn't disturb her roommate. She didn't turn on the light when she went in. She just got her stuff off her desk and dashed. Later, when she went back to her room, she found her roommate dead as a doorknob and a note written in blood red lipstick on the mirror. It read, "Aren't you glad you didn't turn on the light?" I feel like there was a story like that in one of the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark collections that I read when I was a kid, because I know I've definitely heard that one before. So, Lisa's ingenious analysis: the legend is a hair-raising cautionary tale about the dangers of living away from home. And then we have some questions at the bottom. Why do you think urban legends were created and retold if they aren't true? You could make one up. Remember to make it about a cousin's friend at college or some such distant person you don't really know. Then gather some friends, turn off the lights, bring out the candles, and spook away. Today we're going to be making our own urban legends, and to do this, we're going to use an urban legends generator. So we're going to hop on over to my computer and put this to the test. Alright, so now we're going to find an urban legend generator. Now, unfortunately, I could not find a currently existing urban legend generator when I was looking online for this earlier. So there was a period of time in about the early 2000s when urban legends were having a heyday. So there was an urban legend generator at one point in time. I found it from this site. But you'll notice if we try accessing that site, so toybox.asap.net/legends, when we go over here, we get a 404 not found error. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the Wayback Machine. So if you ever need to find a website that no longer exists, you can go to the Wayback Machine, which is hosted by Internet Archive. And that has recorded billions upon billions of web pages over time. So all we have to do is copy the name of the site we're interested in and paste it in to the Wayback Machine. And to get to the site itself, we go to the site map. So these other tabs can give you information about site trends over time, but the site map is where you actually get to access the site itself. And you click on the different years and it will show you what web pages the site had over time. So at first it was just kind of a main page, toybox.asap.net, and then over time they added these other pages that connected back to the main page. Now we're going to hop over to 2001 because this is where we're going to find the urban legend generator. So we click on the page we want to go to. And we have our make your own urban legend generator. Now, unfortunately, when I tested this out earlier, the software wasn't working properly, so you should be able to either fill in information or let it fill in information for you and hit spin that yarn and get a story. But what ended up happening for me was that it left blanks where it should have filled things in. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy the text of the legend, paste it into a Word document, and fill in the missing information. So they have 4 different categories. If we go back over here, they have subject, scenario, action, and consequences. So I'm just going to type in who it happened to is going to be our subject. And then we have scenario. So I think the scenario goes here. And then here's the action. Here's the consequence. And then I think this one's going to be action again. And I wasn't sure about this last one, if it was supposed to be the consequence or the action. So we're going to go with the action, but you could probably swap it out if it wasn't that interesting. So we're going to go ahead and where we have subject, fill in the subject. Where we have action, fill in the action, so on and so forth. And I'm just going to make an extra copy of this so we know what we're filling in where. So first thing, we need a subject. And they give you a bunch of different options for who this could have happened to. I'm going to go with somebody who works with my sister. So and then we need a scenario. And we'll go with in the ball pit at a theme restaurant. And then we need our action. And a lot of these may look familiar if you've read some urban legends before. I'm going to go with bitten by an angry hamster. I don't feel like I read a legend about that before, so that could be fun. And since we're working on the action, I'm going to fill in the other places we need action. Oops. And then the last thing we need is our consequence. And I'm going to go with received a free pair of jeans from the Gap. So now we have our completed urban legend. I know this may be hard to believe, but it's completely true. I know for sure that it happened to somebody who works with my sister. It happened while she was in the ball pit at a theme restaurant. Apparently, she was bitten by an angry hamster. Before she even knew what happened, she received a free pair of jeans from the Gap. Think about that the next time you're bitten by an angry hamster. As with any other information that you receive from questionable sources such as this, it is wise to believe everything that you have read here without questioning it or attempting to verify it in any way. Make sure to pass the story along to everyone you know, too. Imagine how you'd feel if you opened up tomorrow's newspaper and found out that someone you know is bitten by an angry hamster. I guess that should be was. So that's our urban legend, and apparently back in the day when you did this, you would get your story and then you could send it off to your friends so you could join the chainmail fun. But what I'm going to do from here, so we have a bunch of fun options, but you can always pick your own. So I'm going to take the blank text and fill it in with my own subject, scenario, action, and consequence. I'm going to write this up real quick, and I'll see you again in a few. So I thought to really harken back to the early 2000s, we'd do this Blair Witch style, so just me holding the camera. So I apologize in advance for my shaky hand, but I figured that's part of the aesthetic. And I have here my red flashlight to help me out with my storytelling. So let's get started. I know this may be hard to believe, but it's completely true. I know for sure that this happened to my sister's friend's cousin's roommate. It happened while she was taking skydiving lessons. Apparently, she fell into the ocean and was bitten by a shark. Before she even knew what had happened, she sprouted gills and felt a compulsion to lure men to their deaths with her newfound singing abilities. Think about that the next time you think about taking skydiving lessons. As with any other information that you receive from questionable sources such as this, it is wise to believe everything that you have read here without questioning it or attempting to verify it in any way. Make sure to pass the story along to everyone you know too. Imagine how you'd feel if you opened up tomorrow's newspaper and found out that someone you know has been the cause of dozens of shipwrecks. Think about that. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to try writing your own urban legends, I'm going to post the template down below. I'd love for you to share them with me in the comments. If you like this video, I'd love it if you'd give it a like. If you want to see more videos in the Heyday series, I'd love it if you would subscribe. And if you just want to see more crafts in general, you can hop on over to my craft blog, amberscraftweek.blogspot.com. I post a new craft every week. Thank you for watching and have a great day.